A good Nerv Shabbos, Parshas Beshalach. Before our Torah, I just want to give a tremendous thank you to Mrs. Schiffer Newman, who's sponsoring this Kiddush virtually, Kiddush the Shabbos virtually, in loving memory of her father, Arnold Schreier, Eli Motel Ben Shmuel. May his neshama have an aliyah from your tzedakah, from your chesed, and from the Torah that we'll learn here today. And also tremendous thank you to Richard and Nathan Centuria for sponsoring Kiddush as well, in honor of Matt and Rebecca Carmen Chase, who this week really played a tremendous role in arranging vaccinations for a number of people in our shul, a number of people in our community. So Kiddush is being sponsored in their honor as well. And Matt and Rebecca, may you be zoche, may you merit to be vehicles, messengers to of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to do chesed throughout the community and to Klal Yisrael, and may you be repaid for your chesed many, many times over, both to you and your beautiful families. In this week's parsha, right in the beginning, the Torah lets us know in Perek Gimel Pasuk Ches, chapter 13, verse 18, "V'chamushim alu bnei Yisrael b'Eretz Mitzrayim." The Jewish people went up from Egypt. Chamushim. What in the world is chamushim? What does chamushim mean? So there's various explanations. Rashi explains that Bachamushim is the word means 5, right? Chamushim means 1/5. That 1/5 of the people left Egypt and 4/5 died during Makas Choshech, the plague of darkness. That's what Rashi says the Torah is hinting to us by the word Bachamushim. Targum Menachem ben Uziel says Bachamushim means each family that left Egypt had 5 children. That's the word Chamesh. Bachamushim, they had 5 children. The Targum Yerushalmi says Vachamushim is an expression of carrying arms, schlepping, carrying something. And the Targum Yerushalmi says, what were we schlepping? What were we carrying with us? What were we chamushim? What were we armed with when we left Egypt? Maisim tovim. We had good deeds that protected us. My father, Zecher Tzadik Levracha, would quote a Sefer Be'er Yosef, who explains that Rashi, Targum Yonasan ben Uziel, and Targum Yerushalmi are really all saying the same story. And listen to this. The Targum Yonasan says that each of us left with 5 children. It can't be that each family literally left with 5 kids. It's not possible. First of all, we know that the women in Egypt were giving birth, Shisha b'karas echad. They were giving birth 6 at a time. There were 6 babies per pregnancy. And if you do the math, when we learn through Sefer Bamidbar, when we count how many firstborns there were and how many people there were in Klal Yisrael, it happens to be that each family averaged 54 children. Each Jewish family averaged 54 children. So it can't be, when the Targum Menachem ben Uziel says that each family had 5 kids, it's not possible. Because we know, when you go through the numbers, in the wilderness, we were averaging 54. Rather, what does it mean? Each family traveled into the wilderness with the children from 5 families. Why? Why did each family have the children of 5 families? Because of Rashi's explanation that 4/5 of the adults, 4/5 of Klal Yisrael, were wiped out during Choshech. So now, who's going to take care of the 80% of the children of Klal Yisrael? What happened was the remaining 1/5, the remaining 20%, each one of them took in 4 additional children, meaning 4 additional families, and each family traveled from Egypt with an average of 270 children. Now that we explained Rashi and Targum Yonasan ben Uziel, we can understand the Talmud Yerushalmi, which says, what are we seeing from Bachamushim? We were armed with good deeds. Each member of Klal Yisrael accepted upon themselves to care for the orphan children of those that didn't make it out of Egypt. All 3 explanations are really telling us the same story. And that's why the Torah used this peculiar word, Vachamushim. How often do you see that word Vachamushim to mean all these? Vachamushim is being used to teach us the story. We're in the times of Geula. Mashiach is knocking. We know that. We're about to Be'ezras Hashem go back to Eretz Yisrael with the times of Mashiach. How do we prepare ourselves? How do we make ourselves worthy? The answer is to look at what happened when we left Egypt, when we left Mitzrayim. When we left Egypt, we had our Maisim Tovim, our actions, our deeds that protected us. And that's what's going to protect us in these times of Mashiach as well. Have a wonderful, fantastic Shabbos.